This is a movie from 1989 called Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, in which an inventor has built a machine to shrink objects. His goal is to transform an object, in this case, this apple, into a smaller version of itself.
Stay back, boy. This thing works, so put us right up there with the invention of electricity. First man in space. First dog in space.
He's trying to do something called scaling down. That means making something smaller while keeping its shape and proportions the same.
Come on.
When something's scaled down, it looks just like the original, just smaller. That clearly didn't work. But when you're inventing something new, failure is part of the process, right? That apple did not keep its shape, and it definitely did not stay in proportion. This apple was not scaled down.
On the other hand, we've come up with an interesting way of making applesauce.
Here he comes. Fastball is bread and butter. Grin! Slam.
Aren't you in the wrong yard?
Listen, nerd
Tell
face.
him.
What's going on?
Oh, my brother has something to tell you. Or else I could tell her.
Okay. See, I was playing with my ball, right? Well, actually, it's not my ball exactly. It's Charlie Sudson's.
Just tell her what you did.
It never would have happened if their house wasn't so close.
He had a baseball through your attic window.
He what? Nick, take him upstairs and get him his ball.
Awesome.
Nick! Nick!
Ron?
You guys are hiding up here. It's not funny. Nick, you know what Dad said. You're not supposed to be playing up here.
Now the machine is working differently than before. This time, thank goodness, it didn't destroy the kids' shape.
Where are we?
But can we say that the kids were actually scaled down? What evidence do we see? Do they still look like themselves? Just smaller? Did their body parts stay in proportion?
God, what happened?
Amy! Amy!
Nicky.
Ron?
Nick, what happened? We're all the size of boogers. Be quiet, Cork! Nick, what did you do?
Me! Who says ball?
It looks like the machine used the same scale factor on everything it hit. The kids still look like themselves because their body parts stayed in proportion. They also stayed in proportion to each other, and even the couch still looks like the right size compared to them. That gives us evidence that the machine successfully scaled everything down. Everything it zapped was reduced in a consistent way, and the size relationships stayed the same.
Who fix us?
This is Zelensky! Up here! Up here, Dad!
Quick, over there by the door, okay? Get that side.
Nick, get off and give us a hand.
But anything the machine did not zap is still part of the normal-sized world. Those objects did not scale down with the kids, so now they look enormous from the kids' perspective.
Right here!
This helps us see that scale is about size relationships. The kids are still in proportion to each other, but they are no longer at the same scale as the objects that stayed full size.
Where's my couch?
What is he, deaf?
Don't you get it? We're too small. He can't hear us.
strange? My thinking couch is missing.
One from the attic?
Yeah.
Hear from her. Thanks. Amy's not at Patty's and Nick's not at the Kesslers. I'm gonna call Betsy.
Well, they gotta be somewhere. Wait a second. Nick doesn't play baseball. My chair. My couch.
Whoa, look at the couch in his hand. I'd estimate that this couch might normally be about 2 meters wide, which is 200 centimeters. But now that it's been scaled down, it looks like it might be only about 2 centimeters wide. That means the width of the couch was reduced from about 200 centimeters to about 2 centimeters. Since 2 is 1/100th of 200, the scale factor is about 1/100th. A scale factor of 1/100th means every length of the tiny couch is about 1/100th of the matching length on the real couch. The width, height, and depth were all reduced using the same scale factor. So the couch still looks like the original, just much, much smaller.
Amy, can you hear me?
I called the police. What's on your head?
I was looking for the kids.
Where, in a coal mine?
They're in the backyard.
They are?
Diane, I got something real important to tell you. That is the couch from the attic. You can see the marks where Quark chewed the arms. I found it on the floor. It's my thinking couch.
Wayne, are you trying to tell me you did it? It works. The machine works. Do the kids know?
Well, yeah, the kids know.
That's great.
It's not that great.
Why?
I shrunk the kids.
What?
And the Thompson kids, too. They're about this big. They're in the backyard.
What?
Threw them out with the trash. Stay here. I'll get the door.
Yikes. So in the movie, the machine scaled the kids and the couch down by a huge scale factor. They became much smaller, but their proportions stayed the same. That's what it means to be to scale. Now you get to try the same idea, but in a much more practical way. You're going to create a scale model of your family. Your job is to choose a scale, use it consistently, and make sure the size relationships stay accurate. If someone is taller in real life, they should be taller in your model. If someone is shorter in real life, they should be shorter in your model. Your model doesn't need to be fancy, but it should show what you understand about scale. The movie gave us a fun example, but before you start this project and begin experimenting with scale on your own, let's look at some simpler examples. This will help us understand what it means for something to be to scale. Imagine that this is Adrian. This is the original full-size version of Adrian. This is our real-life reference. Now, someone tried to scale Adrian down like this. Did they reduce Adrian to scale? No. Only his head was reduced, while the rest of his body stayed the same. The size relationship between his head, arms, legs, and body are no longer accurate, so this version is not to scale. Now, here's another attempt. This time, Adrian's whole body is smaller, but something is still off. Did they reduce Adrian to scale? No. They reduce his whole body, but they reduce his head too much. When we compare it to the original Adrian, his head is now too small for the rest of his body. The size relationships are still not accurate, so this version is also not to scale. Here's another try. All right, his head looks better, and his whole body has been reduced, but whoa, those arms are definitely not to scale. In the original version, his hands fall just past his hips. In this version, they reach to his knees. That tells us the arms are not reduced using the same scale factor as the rest of the body. Now let's take a look at the final version. Did they reduce Adrian to scale? Yes. Every part of his body was reduced in the same way. His head, arms, legs, and body all kept the same size relationships as the original. He still looks like Adrian, just smaller. That means this version is to scale. That's the goal for your family model. You're not just making people smaller randomly. You're choosing a scale and using it consistently so the size relationships stay accurate. And you'll need to use math to prove that it's to scale. Be creative, have fun with it, and remember, if the math proves it, the model works. Think like an inventor, measure like a mathematician, and make sure your model is not just smaller, but, my favorite phrase in this video, to scale.